is forcing the public to reconsider these dismissed claims. With the impending auction of long-lost NASA videotape recordings from the historic first landing on the Moon, along with recent leaks of astronaut footage, the whispers have morphed into deafening questions. What exactly was hidden in those photos and videos? Were certain areas of the Moon deliberately obscured from public knowledge? What did the astronauts truly encounter on the lunar surface, and why has it taken so long for this information to be revealed? These questions, once brushed aside, are now at the forefront of a renewed fascination with the Moon's enigmatic history. The Mars monolith, a monument to mystery. Mars, the red planet, has been the subject of human curiosity for centuries. Its barren and rugged landscape hides a number of geological features formed by ancient volcanic activity, erosion, and countless impacts from space debris. Among these features, one in particular stands out, an unusual structure that has earned the name the Mars monolith. Images taken by the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter show what appears to be a perfectly rectangular block, standing starkly against the otherwise jagged terrain. The precise straight edges of this formation make it seem almost too deliberate to be natural. But could this be the product of natural geological processes, or is it something far more intriguing? Some researchers have speculated that the monolith could be a result of wind erosion or tectonic-like fracturing, perhaps from ancient volcanic activity. Over millions of years, a chunk of basaltic or sedimentary rock may have cracked and been sculpted by the forces of nature into this peculiar shape. The presence of this seemingly unnatural structure against the rugged Martian backdrop has sparked intense debate about its origins and purpose. But Mars is not alone in its monolithic mystery. On its moon, Phobos, another unusual formation has captivated the attention of astronomers, the Phobos monolith. In images taken by orbiters, a massive, dark shape stands out, casting a shadow across the uneven surface. Phobos, a small and irregularly shaped moon, has been battered by meteor impacts throughout its history. This has resulted in formations of rock and debris, some of which stand at surprising heights, creating the illusion of a towering monolith. While scientists have mostly attributed these structures to natural causes, such as impacts and the uneven gravitational field of Phobos, the apparent symmetry and scale of these features invite questions. Are these structures merely natural formations, or could they be something more, an artifact from another time or perhaps even another civilization? The Santa Claus Code, UFO sightings in the Apollo era. During the Apollo missions, astronauts were often faced with strange and unexplainable sights as they traveled through the vast emptiness of space. On one occasion during Apollo 11, the crew observed an object they couldn't immediately identify, which led to some fascinating discussions during the mission. In the transcripts, the astronauts inquired about the position of various rocket components, suspecting that the object might have been part of their own hardware. The object in question, however, was not where it should have been, and this raised more questions than answers. This led to the emergence of a term in NASA's communication logs, Santa Claus. It's widely believed that this term was used as a code to describe unidentified objects in space, so as not to alarm the public. According to NASA, these objects were typically debris, small pieces of metal, ice particles, or detached rocket panels, that could easily reflect sunlight, creating the illusion of bright moving points in the darkness of space. While some have speculated that the term Santa Claus was an intentional code for UFO sightings, NASA has consistently maintained that it was just a casual term used in the context of unidentified debris. The real story behind these sightings, however, remains one of the more intriguing and often unexplained chapters of the Apollo program.
The Moon Spire, A Tall Tale of Lunar Shadows. In 1967, NASA's Lunar Orbiter program captured an image that would later become one of the most debated and analyzed lunar photographs ever taken. The image appeared to show a tall, slender structure, resembling a spire, protruding from the surface of the Moon. This, called Moon Spire, seemed to cast a distinct shadow, making it appear as though it was a three-dimensional column stretching upward from the lunar surface. Upon closer examination, some scientists proposed that the object could be an optical illusion, perhaps the result of scanning errors or imperfections in the film used to capture the image. Others argued that the spire might have been an unusually shaped rock formation illuminated by the angle of the sun, which created the illusion of a tall structure. The possibility that this spire could be a geological anomaly, such as a central peak in a crater or a raised outcrop, was also considered. Yet, despite these plausible explanations, the Moon Spire remains a source of fascination. The idea that such a large, vertical structure could have been missed by later surveys only adds to its mystery. Whether it was a scanning artifact, a natural rock formation, or something far stranger, this image continues to fuel speculation about what truly lies on the moon's surface. China's Mystery Hut, a lunar illusion. In December 2021, the China National Space Administration, CNSA, reported an unusual discovery made by its Yutu-2 rover on the moon's far side. The rover's cameras captured a distant object that appeared to be a small, boxy structure, leading to its nickname, the Mystery Hut. From a distance, the object had the appearance of a building, standing upright against the rugged lunar landscape. However, as the rover approached, it became clear that the so-called hut was simply an irregularly shaped boulder sitting near a crater. The initial images, taken from a far distance and under harsh lighting conditions, had exaggerated the rock's geometric shape, making it appear more symmetrical than it actually was. Upon closer inspection, the object turned out to be just another feature of the moon's geology, yet the phenomenon highlights how easily the human imagination can be sparked by the unknown. Transient lunar phenomena, the moon's fleeting secrets. For centuries, astronomers have recorded unusual flashes of light and sudden changes in the brightness of the moon's surface. These events, known as transient lunar phenomena, TLP, have been reported as far back as the 16th century. Early astronomers described them as bright spots or transient mists, but the modern understanding of these occurrences is still incomplete. Some researchers speculate that these flashes could be caused by small meteoroid impacts on the moon's surface, while others propose that gas emissions from the lunar surface, interacting with sunlight, might create short-lived glowing effects. The lack of an atmosphere on the moon allows meteor impacts to occur with full force, creating intense flashes of light. Other theories suggest that certain minerals on the moon's surface could cause localized luminescence, adding to the mystery. TLP sightings are rare but continue to be reported by both amateur astronomers and spacecraft. The unpredictability and variety of these phenomena make them an enduring subject of study. Despite centuries of observation, no single explanation has fully accounted for these mysterious lunar events. The missing Apollo 11 tapes, a lost piece of history. The Apollo 11 mission, which famously landed the first humans on the moon in 1969, is one of humanity's greatest